Hello, hello. We're alive. How is Gearbox still alive at this time? I don't know what Gearbox is. Gearbox is going to steal whatever fan-made content has to get all the money from said content. However, I'm not entirely sure about the legitimacy of that. I'll keep digging. What the hell is... He's going to steal whatever fan-made content has to get... What the hell is that? Can I just Google that shit? So? How is Gearbox still alive at this time? I don't know what Gearbox is. Gearbox Studio. What is Gearbox software? Borderlands. Is it the makers of Borderlands? Borderlands games. Yeah, okay. I get it now. In that case. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, alright. And now Gearbox. Also, that really bad Aliens game. Is it bad that I don't know what game you're talking about? They made Borderlands and Duke Nukem Forever. Isn't the Forever the new one that no one liked? Am I wrong? Yes. Let's make it a simple search. Gearbox Studio. God damn it. They made that game. Yup. Yeah. I understood the yes. Look up Aliens Colonial Marines. Alright. Okay. Please don't destroy one of my alien fantasy races, the Xenomorphs. They did, didn't they? What is that? What is that? Why is it German? Fuck you. What the fuck? Apparently that game had one line of code that screwed up the AI. You know, we have companies where they put a picture of a coconut in the game files as a joke. The game works brilliantly. They try to delete the coconut, the fucking game dies. Yes, I'm talking about TF2, by the way. And then we have this game where a single line destroys everything instead. What the fuck? Oh man. Aliens Colonial Marines, 2 hours gameplay. Let's go, I guess. 2 times speed. Let's go here. Let's go here. I want to see what this is.
Colonial Marine. Switch. Hold this for objectives. Aid O'Neill with Gas Evac. This also is not the smoothest, moving the camera up and down.
Yeah, it really doesn't look like it either.
I found them. I can go home now.
The compilations of the bugs are something else. Okay.
Well, imagine moving forward after that.
He's... Also, the movement... We are at 2 times speed. This movement seems incredibly slow. Why? No, it's worse with TF2. The coconut was put there by a hacker, and yet its removal fucks up everything. Wait, I thought it was put there by one of the developers. As a joke. In that case, that makes it even better. Bro, no, that makes it so much better. Bro, a hacker put a coconut there. The code. Alright, I can work with this. A lot of old games had the mandatory walking sections. Ugh.
You have to be out of your mind to walk to the other
I
end of
don't
that
like
after
those.
We've got casualties. Several injured over here. Need a corpsman right away from the down the range for Rhino 2-1.
Negative 2-1. That explosion jacked the airlock on our end.
Source spaghetti.
Sit tight and stabilize our Marines. 2-1. What is
No,
the
he
status of
does. He even now, he seems incredibly slow.
Okay, LB, to bring up your motion tracker, will continuously scan a 180 cone in front of you. Solid blips represent unknown or hostile moving objects, while hollow blips represent allied units.
What is
Flashing arrows
this?
at the bottom of the display warn of movement behind you. To play forever. But the real reason is I was trying to do some battle sector maps.
I have yet to see this man run.
And I eventually just got frustrated and quit.
Can you not aim?
I've now since realized, oh gee, I am dead.
Holy shit!
Hey, the door's
The
open.
fuck is going on?
No, what is this? Just let me restart the checkpoint. I've since realized it's the new unit that has been added. The biovore specifically. The biovore specifically crashes the game occasionally when it does its spore mine ability. It's not all of its abilities. It's specifically the biovore spore mine ability. Occasionally crashes the game, which is unfortunate.
Why?
Because I was. Okay, so
Sounded like Bella.
Again, a walk-in.
Oh,
Oh god.
well, she's gonna die, and so are you, probably real soon. But not until after you find. You gotta see her die first or something.
Wait, if magic works like computer programming, then that means that spaghetti wizards exist. All the magic towers enforce a certain rule of magic where everybody's just working with spaghetti magic, and there's like these recluse self-taught magicians that are like these ninth circle magicians or level 20 magicians, depending on what kind of system you're thinking of. And they just, you know, they're just there chilling. The world's strongest and shit. Have their very own unique magics and stuff.
Now you're telling me how to do melee attacks? I figured that out a while ago, game.
They're also called Art Magos of the Mechanicum. Oh.
I'm sure they are. But yeah, what I was saying before the game started talking was, when he walked up, it looked like he was like looking at this goopy stuff and said like, that's definitely not Marine tech or whatever he said.
I'm sorry, but this gameplay, I'm not criticizing the player, by the way, but I have yet to see this man run a single time. It feels so incredibly slow. Yes, I need a potato to cast the spell. No, it's not a material component. No, the spell doesn't work if I don't hold the potato. The highest, most funny on stealth sections.
Really nice stuff, but it would have been funny if he was looking at the goop and thought it was some kind of technology he didn't recognize. The way he just tried to hide.
I've yet to see this man aim as well. I understand that this is made by
Alright, fine, I'll go first.
to be similar to some extent
Rank
to,
3. This is a very odd level up system.
I guess, Duke Nukem, but why can you
Your
not
active loadout has 4
aim?
weapon slots: primary, secondary, sidearm, and tactical. Oh, yes, this. Hold L to highlight a weapon slot, and the list of weapons available for that slot will appear.
I have a face of disgust right
Oh.
now. You can't see this because my face is pretty neutral on the on me right now, but
Oh, jeez. This is too much, is what this is. Look at all this. Some of this has got to be like the DLC stuff that it gave me for free.
holy shit.
Yeah, man, like, not only did the DLC, like the random like burst of DLC when I turned on the game, catch me off guard, but when I loaded this game up in general, it was like,
Bravo!
it's like, what? How many years has it been since a game asked me to install a bunch of C++ and DirectX 9 stuff out of nowhere? I was like, Jesus,
No,
game.
I
If
feel
you make me
like
wanna not even
my
install you,
favorite
if you're gonna ask me to do a bunch of stuff like that,
Xeno
you gotta move.
race has been
You know what kind of game for AVP? It's actually a shame that
disgraced.
it never existed, but then again,
Man.
it would be neat to see the aliens on a planet where they have
Bro still cannot run.
dozens of different
Why?
alien variations instead of just like the main alien and then like a couple others. they do like, oh, there's like 3 other ones in this game. Every game you get a couple other different ones. If you got like a bunch of different ones, it'd be real cool. You know, what happens when the alien derelict ship lands on Dinosaur Planet?
He has a laser with a grenade launcher. Oh no, he has a laser now for all the weapon, for this whole weapon instead of just. Okay, I guess upgrades, people, upgrades. What if he is running?
Really? And I'm still being shot from above. Fantastic.
He is not running. I don't care what you say. He is not running.
You know, it is a shame that like games like Gears of War, when it comes to like genres that were copied by other franchises and all that, because that has certainly happened throughout the years, but for the most part, that does not happen, and I don't know why. Like when you look at the gameplay of Gears of War, like why nobody really copied that. There's been like half imitations, but never a full-on imitation. Obviously,
well, yeah, because it works for that specific game.
Been copied a million times to where there's obviously a ton of FPSs that play exactly the same, or just slightly different from each other. But
why is it so
the style
slow?
of Gears of War game never really caught on.
Is it just him not running? Is it what?
It's a situation
what the
like
hell?
the Nemesis system where somebody trademarked something they shouldn't have, or what? But I suppose that's possible. But otherwise, just nobody's.
You know, I've seen enough. I've seen enough. I don't need to desecrate our eyes, our collective eyes, with this. Not saying anything about Milo Soler Gaming. Wonderful dude, apparently. I don't know. I really don't know. But nothing against that dude, but this game, absolute dog shit. Do not consent. Gearbox. God damn it. Gearbox Software CEO Randy Pitchford is backpedaling from previous comments about real fans' willingness to shell out big bucks for their favorite video games. Pitchford's controversial statement came in the form of an X post, formerly Twitter. The CEO celebrated Borderlands 4's Switch 2 compatibility, prompting one user to ask about the Borderlands installment's price tag. Pitchford replied saying, A, not my call. B, if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen. My local game store had Starflight for Sega Genesis for $80 in 1991. Probably fucking not, but whatever. When I was just out of high school working minimum wage at an ice cream parlor in Pismo Beach, and I found a way to make it happen. In 1991, with a minimum wage job, you could buy a fucking house with just a little bit of saving for a year or two. Shut your fucking asshole mouth up. These people. That greasy bastard. Randy's a weird guy. Yeah, seemingly. I don't know much about him, but just from this one quote alone is like, buddy, shut your whore mouth up. Unsurprisingly, Pitchford's comments were met with a fan outrage and concern, intensified by rising prices across the industry. In a later post, Pitchford called the social media platform wild, citing criticism from fans. Ah, yes. Criticizing your fans that criticize you for a mistake you've made. That's gonna fix everything. Right? User Anthony Mirage replied saying, I saw something crazy too. A CEO of Gearbox Software made players feel bad and alienated for not wanting to pay $80 for his game. This platform is wild. Pitfall responded this time with a very lengthy apology. That is why the indie and AA games are going to take over. Yeah, I hope. I hope every indie just releases their game instead of trying to get a publisher. Fuck the publishers. Publishers should never have been a thing. It should always just have been the developers publishing the game themselves. Always. Of course, back in the day where physical copies were the only thing, that wasn't really viable. Nowadays, however, you have fucking Steam that makes it easy for you. What the hell are you even waiting for? Just tell Steam, hey, yo, I have a game for you, buddy. And Steam's like, oh, come here, buddy. Bro, with just Steam alone, you can go really far. Especially since there's like a new kind of console being made between Xbox and Steam, where Steam is pre-installed or something. I don't fucking know. But if that is an actual thing, you know, it's like how SoundCloud and Spotify killed the need for record labels. I don't know too much about it, but I think I get your point. Which, again, yeah, true. But then again, I found like MP3 files of the songs, which is how I got my ringtone. So, just be careful of, you know, Trojans and stuff. I'm sorry there was a misunderstanding. The absolute sincere truth is that I don't want anyone to pay any more than they should or are comfortable with. And I always work with the intent and hope that a customer always feels they got the better end of the deal, no matter what they pay. I think by trying to shorthand that using the phrase real fans triggered some people, and I saw that and got inflated as if I was making some big statement. I wasn't. I was just trying to help someone who thought was sincerely worried about us and looking out for us. And I could see that it was being pressed into the idea that I was taking the audience for granted. The sincere truth is that I'm grateful that anyone likes our games, and humbled that so many fans showed up to enjoy and support what we do. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Fuck you, buddy. Fuck you. Oh my god, you're such a fucking weasel. Holy shit. No, that's an insult to weasels. Holy fucking shit. No, that's not even crocodile tears, bro. He was too cheap to get some dollar store fake tears, man. It's like how... Oh no, I read that. Also, why? Are they still expensive? Video games being digital means they're not subject to physical production costs. Save the crocodile tears, you used car salesman. Bro, this is... I'm so glad I did this in a sarcastic, crying tone. Because it's just accurate, right? Pitchfork's post continues, touching on the industry and the creatives involved. Hold on, this time I'm gonna try to be passive-aggressive. As an artist, I don't want prices to go up, because I want everyone to have access to whatever we create. I get that business is a thing that the market and economy are driving prices up, and sooner or later we're going to have to all adapt, whatever the case. Wait, hold on. What? Fuck. To that, so that the creative engine can make at least as much as it spends to provide us with amazing content, whatever the case. I am here to try to entertain people, and my priority has always been to try to add some joy and happiness and creativity to the world. To whatever extent I succeed at that, I am grateful and honored and take on every effort with passion and sincerity and humility, I mean, may I recommend you consider the people who created entertainment you enjoy are actual real people who sincerely are working to try to make cool stuff. I have dedicated my life to video games as entertainment, and I have made the choice to be accessible on here. I don't want to let edge cases ruin that for the majority of people who find value in using this medium for a positive connection. But I cannot help that there's a part of me that doesn't want to at least try to help those that don't get it to gain some perspective and some dignity in how they choose to interact. I'm not claiming I'm perfect, but I don't deserve any less latitude than anyone else. I choose to think of others with the most amount of charity, and am often surprised to discover some that jump to the worst possible way to consider a thing as doing that is just counter to my nature. Bro, this is disgusting. Holy shit. You are not the good guy here. Fucking asshole. You don't need 50 million people to make a fucking game. What's your medium, Randy? Blowing smoke and meaningless buzzwords as you lay off a good chunk of your game design staff as you gloat on your platinum yacht with ivory trim? Yeah, exactly. I was about to name a few yachts too. Pitchfork posts stresses that he doesn't control publishing or have control over pricing. Still, if Pitchfork had used these explanations before, fans might have chosen a different approach. Pitchfork is no stranger to controversy, but his latest comments only amplified gamers' existing cost concerns. What are your thoughts on the $80 price tag? Absolutely ludicrous. Fuck this shit. Just stop buying these fucking games. Anything that is above $60 and is not on like Elden Ring content level, fuck them. Do not buy. I gotta glaze Elden Ring a little bit. Who of your streamers that you watch or content creators have you watched that didn't need over 50 hours to complete the game? I bet at most one. Some fucking speedrunner. So, if we don't get that kind of content, the fucking price tag is not worth it. The RSS greasy compensator. It's 3 times the length of its girth. Oh man. This is ugh. Yeah, this is very accurate, by the way. Yeah, okay. I can imagine what kind of person this greasy ass asshole is. God damn. Nah.